Figure out what the hell they be doing.
Dreaming.
Look at this picture.
The hell is that? That looks like a punk album cover. Just like it looks like like a Deftones something.
Well, when she writes her first song, I'll use it. For now, it's just making me laugh.
Actually, we should make Dylan's Karate Chopping Plants an album cover of something.
Totally, dude. Fiercest. That's the fiercest he's ever been.
That's the only emotion I've ever seen him. He fucking hates plants.
Fuck this plant in particular. I hate
this plant slightly behind me.
I know, it's like got a backwards karate chop going on. Oh, he's doing like the Mac thing. He's like one of these deals.
No, Mac was doing the Dylan thing.
That's true. Dylan was first.
Actually, it might have been pretty close.
Well, I was gonna say by the time I started watching Always Sunny, it might have been already out. All right, cool.
I forgot I bought a bunch of stickers.
What?
Unforgivable.
We're gonna make an EDM album with Dylan's picture, and it's just gonna be Star Wars soundboard bites. Yep.
What?
I got them all queued up right here. We could do it.
Victory.
And the bass drop is just gonna be a Boba Fett death charge, whatever the seismic charge.
Yeah. Start with the siren, the Imperial siren.
Darth Plagueis the Wise.
What?
I got a bad feeling about this.
That'll be fun. Yeah. Are you ready to do this shit?
Got a decent. I'm sticking.
Dude, stop stick. No one can even see the stickers. This is not part of the show.
It makes me feel better.
I feel worse.
I might even roll the dice. I got new county stickers for my license plate. I'm just gonna throw one of these on there too. Fuck it.
Just make sure you remember where you live.
Well, I don't run a front plate, so fuck it.
Yeah, dude. Front plates are stupid.
They're ridiculous. All right,
Why would anyone do that?
All right, we're go. I gotta start recording actually. Recording. I wasn't even thinking of that one. I was doing the Jay and Silent Bob. There's ladies present.
Oh.
The other one I saw Jack randomly put on Anchorman today, and it got to that point where Brick was inviting what's her face to a party pants or whatever.
Pants party.
Pants party.
Party with the pants.
And she's like, "Did Ron tell you to say that or whoever?" He's like, "Yes."
Okay.
So such a sudden change. Absolutely, yes, he did. I love it.
Man, I haven't seen that in so long, dude.
Yeah, Jack put it on. I was like, all right, we'll roll with this.
That was peak comedy there for a minute, for sure.
It really was. It really was. I really like that style of comedy too, where it's
just funny. Where it's just hilarious.
But it's got
like your favorite genre.
I would. What would you even call that? Like I feel like it's
comedy.
Yeah. It's good. I like it.
That's back when they still made comedy movies.
Yeah, isn't it? That's so weird.
I have heard good things about that Nicolas Cage thing.
I heard decent things. Yeah, I would like to see it.
Well, it's just absurd. Which, when you got Nicolas Cage, that's exactly what you should be doing.
Yeah, I don't
want him to come back into the MCU as Ghost Rider, just for the fuck of it.
I'm not even gonna lie. I didn't know Ghost Rider was MCU. I thought he was DC.
Well, yeah, he's Marvel.
Thanos.
All right.
I watched a.
Quiet down. Quiet down. Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth.
I can kick you if you don't pay the bill.
If you want a little bit, that's 50 cents.
If you want a little mint, that's 50 cent, bitch. Everything costs a little bit. God, that little flow right there that he has, right? It's actually really nice. If you want a little mint, that's 50 cent, bitch. Everything costs a little bit. Like that's an Eminem type style flow. Like he's rhyming on the offhand. Yeah, I can't believe he just brings that shit up. CKY freestyle rap is what we're talking about.
Yeah, he's a wild one of those dudes that like didn't want to take it serious. But he would just pull out some like absolute genius comedy or genius lyricism in that stupid freestyle, which is all freestyle. But if you got him like in a studio, like, all right, you're gonna record an album now, I feel like he'd be like, nah, dude, he's not about it.
Right. I watched a small little documentary. Maybe it was like a podcast that Rav himself puts on, and they were talking about Brandon DiCamillo.
Yeah.
And why he fell off, and it was basically he didn't want to make the man money.
He wanted
to once
MTV with his friends,
Yeah, once MTV came in, he wanted to do stuff himself and produce it himself with BAM and then come up. And then as soon as like they got their big break, Brandon's like, nah, I don't want to make them money. Like they're just going to use us. They're paying us big money, but we're never going to own our own content. We can't really. They truly have a say in what we can and can't do now. And he just didn't want that. No, I can definitely respect that.
I respect both sides of it. I mean, it's either that, like you either, just make videos for you and your friends to watch and it's chill, you have fun, or like you turn it into a career. Which BAM was like, we're gonna blow this thing up.
Yeah, well, BAM himself blew up. So
I know, but before that.
No, I get both sides as well. I think it's very, very difficult for any of us to wrap our mind around what Brandon did. To be one of the more talented people out of that whole crew and just to walk away.
Yeah.
It's pretty ballsy, man. But from the sounds of it, he's an everyday working guy and he loves his life and shit, so I don't know. It's pretty cool to see,
That's all that matters, dude.
I guess so.
Not everyone needs to be a famous comedian. You know what I mean?
None of them are famous comedians. What are you talking about? I do miss
their category is. I don't know what do they put on their tax return as their occupation?
Stunt asshole.
Stunt ass. Not
jackass.
everyone wants to be a professional jackass. Yeah.
Yeah.
You just want to be a weekend jackass.
The huge downfall, each their own, but the huge downfall is we get less Brandon DiCamillo, and I would always, especially, I mean, I feel like they were in their prime, like when he was doing that freestyle and stuff. I was like, fuck, I want more of that. Just
at least he made it through all of the CKYs. I would have loved to see him more I would have loved to see him in the Jackass movies.
Yeah. Well, and the pranks.
Would have been fun, yeah.
Like when pranks were actually pranks. I can't fucking stand the pranks, quote unquote, that kids do these days. I can't stand it. Pranks? Yeah, they'll just walk up to someone and then smash their phone and laugh about it and be like, no, haha, well, here's a new phone. And you're like, that's not a fucking prank. You're a douchebag. Like, there's a way to be.
To give me an extra phone.
Yeah, I don't. But the new phone's not the whole, like, I don't know. You didn't make anybody laugh. You just pissed someone off. And that's not, like, there's no creativeness. There's no art behind it. Making people feel weird or I know it's a reaction thing. I don't know. I know I'm getting old, but
well, I was arguing with my wife because I always watch meme compilations, and she's like, "This isn't funny," and I'm like, "Who are you? What are you talking about?"
No, I like meme like Vines, like the short videos.
Yeah, well, TikToks now, but yeah, they're all short. It's so rapid fire too.
Yeah,
and it's like by the time you wrap your head around what happened, the next meme is playing, so you have to like go quick. And she's like, I need these jokes to be longer. I can't keep up with this. I don't even know what's going on. I was like, that's kind of
the whole point.
Makes it funny.
Yeah.
And yeah, so we were just arguing about a lot of them tend to be like fails or pranks.
Yeah.
And we were arguing about like what makes it funny. And she's like, yeah, I know somebody did that on purpose for the video. And I know that, so I don't think it's funny. Whereas things that happen like by accident,
Yeah.
those are better.
Well, I mean, the structure of it started in something like CKY, because they'll have a skit and then they'll literally have a 2-second bit in between a skit of someone just getting smacked, and then they're going to the next skit, and it's like
all the segues.
It's that it's quick. That quick boom. This is it. Okay, and we're on to the next. Boom. You missed it, and you're like, what? This is fucking ridiculous. I didn't even have time to like comprehend.
Like, and one of my favorite types of memes is when like the punchline gets cut off.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
There's like a loud sound at the end, or like someone laughs and it gets cut off halfway through, and it's like it's almost funnier that you didn't see
exactly.
You didn't hear it finish.
Yeah, like an explosion goes off and you just hear "hold," and then it cuts in, and you're like,
those are my favorite ones.
Yeah,
but no, we were arguing because she's like, "This is stupid. Put on cat videos or whatever," and I was like, yeah, "Okay."
I like the anticipation, the build up to nothing, because that's fuck it. That's like the perfect jackassery. Like, I'm not doing it for the reaction. I'm just doing it to do it, you know.
Or the opposite, where absolutely nothing's happening. Like, I was watching one where this girl was just trying to take a photo, and she like lifted up her leg and it got stuck on the counter, and then she like totally flipped over and ripped the door out of the bathroom cupboard. Like, just totally unassuming things that are happening, and then all of a sudden someone just face plants.
But the other thing is, someone went to the extent of posting that. Like, it's a fail, and they're like, you know what? Yeah. Fuck it. Yeah.
Oh, man.
I love it. I love it. Yeah, memory lane. It'll always catch me. Speaking of memory lane.
Tell me about it. What'd you
guys, get? I was in...
memory lane.
That's how all my memories start, with a belch.
Pretty much, dude.
Yeah.
I was there for a lot of them. That's accurate.
Name a good story that didn't start with a burp or a fart. You can't. So I was strolling along in the local. Unfortunately, Walmart is kind of our local go-to. And I was walking past the toy aisle.
Our local go-to is Walmart.
It is. In the small city that we live in now, there's not much. Luckily... First of all, I hate Walmart, but luckily this Walmart is probably the nicest one I've ever been in. So there's trade-offs. But all this to say, I was walking down the past the toy aisle. I took a quick peek just to see what they had.
Always.
And I saw this.
Oh, yes, dude.
So what I'm showing here, if you guys aren't live with us, is Beast Wars packaging. I can't exclaim, I can't describe, I can't even tell you guys how ridiculous excited I got with this, because this is the exact packaging from the 90s.
Well, that's the best. You know you're excited about something when you can't articulate it. See?
There was no option of not buying this.
Yes, I remember. I remember all about the Beast Wars. We got excited about it.
And I'm so fucking happy that nothing changed. I mean, the packaging, this is right out of 1996 or something.
Yeah.
I mean, they're remaking it clearly because it says Hasbro 2022 on the back.
Well, I was going to ask because I saw you put this in the chat, and I was like, I didn't even know Beast Wars was still a thing.
It isn't. That's why it's the most ridiculous thing ever. I looked it up. They're not remaking it, redoing it. It's not even relaunched on anything.
They're just doing a retro toy slew.
They must just still have the rights to it, and they're like, fuck it. Transformers are still selling, so let's remake these fucking things. Yeah, and then on the back of the packaging, there was always these cards, and it shows the different power levels, which was so important to me when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have
stats, dude.
Well, it looks like strength,
dexterity, intelligence.
Well, one of them, I don't know what the second one is. It might be mind. No, it's just a little logo, a little emblem. So you have like an arm. So that's got to be strength. Maybe it's a head, so maybe it's smarts.
The arm is anatomy.
And then there's speed and then firepower. But this, yeah. I mean, that little card on the back was so important to me when I was a kid because, of course, what am I going to do when I get this home? I'm going to open it up and play war with it and have fucking battles with my friends.
Who's going to win, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I got to know, hey, I got fucking 8 armor. Fuck it up.
You could make up a game and get like a D&D like 20-sided die and like roll stats and shit just to see who's stronger.
Yeah.
So what do you got there? A hammerhead shark and a saber-toothed tiger?
The hammerhead shark's not. I guess they're both good guys. Well, I guess Tigertron is not technically a good guy. He was more of a neutral in the show. Tigertron was actually in the show. Cyber Shark's the other one I got. They always did random ones, which I actually really like the random ones that they came up with. But yeah,
you haven't even opened them yet.
No, I got them like
yesterday. Live on camera.
I know. I'm fucking around, man. I'm not smart enough to do this.
There are.
They're Kenner toys.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're Kenner. Yep.
Powerful Cincinnati, Ohio.
Are they still out of Cincy?
I don't think they exist anymore. Hasbro bought them.
Oh, that makes sense because I just said Hasbro.
So I don't know if they still make stuff under Kenner umbrella. I don't think so.
It looks like they're out of Canada now.
Fucking Canadians, dude.
But they're made in Vietnam.
Fucking Vietnam.
Fucking Vietnam was hell.
What the shit was I going to say before you interrupted me? Oh, yeah. When it comes to collectibles and toys, there's like a small amount of things that I keep in the packaging. Yeah. Like I'm not a super meticulous collector. Everything comes out and it gets on display. So I don't know if you were going to like keep those and keep them in the box for historical reasons or if you're going to take it out and play with them.
Yeah, I'm still kind of, because these are new, so I'm probably going to open them up and like display them somehow. But this was one of the biggest regrets. These are what I would have kept. Like my Pokemon cards are probably number 1, but my Beast Wars toys were probably number 2.
You don't have those?
I have no idea what happened to them.
I thought you had everything.
No, I'm
the one that is missing all my shit.
No, and I had, I'm not even lying, maybe 20 different figures of the Beast Wars. I know I had probably all the regular Maximals. I know I had Megatron. Yep. I had the classic ones, and then I had the Transmetal ones where they all like upgraded in the second season. It was crazy, but those are definitely the ones that I would have kept. Of course, I don't have them. Now I'm going to Walmart.
There you go.
That's how they make money. Them. They weren't cheap for what they were.
Shit at garage sales, and then the kids grow up and buy it all again. That's how they make their cash.
Yeah.
This is the way.
I went. You know what caught my eye that pulled me into the toy aisle was right out front on the end cap of the aisle. They had a little Ozzy Osbourne action figure, and I thought, I kind of want to buy this because it's fucking. And you could replace his hands with the devil horns and stuff. I was like, this is actually really fucking cool.
Like a Funko or
no, an actual.
I didn't know
actual action
figures. Besides Kiss, obviously.
So, but that's what caught my eye, and I was laughing. So I looked down the aisle and I was like, that can't be. And of course, now I'm here talking to you guys about Beast
Speaking
Wars.
of retro toys that they still sell, I saw tech decks in that toy aisle recently.
Tech decks are still a thing. The neighborhood kids back at the old house, they gave me a tech deck. They had like 10 of them each, and they're like, "Here, you can join our skateboard gang." I was like, "What? This is ridiculous."
It's so weird to think as a kid how cool you thought something was when like you couldn't even play with it really.
Yeah.
Like you technically can play with a tech deck, but I was never good enough to like do any tricks or anything like that.
Absolutely
Just the fact that I had a miniature skateboard and I could just move it back and forth on the table.
That's as close as either of us got to skateboarding.
I know, pretty much.
I had a skateboard
tech deck than I was on my feet. That's for sure.
Yeah, I was equally as bad. I hurt myself with the tech deck as well as a full size one. So yeah, memory lane. It'll always get me. And that's the most nostalgic I've ever felt, like, out in public. Like, I was walking, and it caught my eye, and I was like, impossible. That can't be what I think it is.
It's the best feeling, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
You just splurge on something that makes you feel like you're 8.
I did it, guys.
That's all any of us want. I just want to feel like I'm 8 years old.
And I just got done putting a bunch of stickers on my desk here. That's all I want is stickers and shit, you know?
Sticker game strong, yeah, dude. Phantom Finn was asking Metallica had some figures ages ago. With Newstead in the lineup.
Interesting. I'll have to look that up.
I'm sure they do. They have a lot of merch. I'm sure they had action figures.
I'm very interested now that I have the record player. I want to get that special edition Black Album box set. It's like $200, but
with all the cover songs and everything.
Wow, the shitty thing is I just bought the Black Album I'm a fucking moron. I should have just waited. I didn't even think about it. I bought it because we went to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
And I bought 3 albums: the Black Album, Dark Side, and Dookie from Green Day.
Oh, they sell vinyls at the Rock Hall?
Yeah, and they're actually extremely reasonably priced.
Nice.
I
You
expected
already paid for museum admission.
Yeah, well, that's true. That's true. It's not cheap to go there, but yeah, I just I like the box sets. I like the new different records and shit. So
Yeah.
Man, we're looking.
I'm trying hard to find actual used records for resale.
You want to
It's
buy
hard.
used ones?
I try to.
Why?
They're
What's that?
probably lower quality, but I just like the smell of like the 70s and 80s. Freaking like orange couches and weed. And I like that it's a little crackly. Like if it's BT Man, I want a brand new one, obviously.
Yeah.
If it's like Pink Floyd or something, I want like an old pressing.
Just listen to yours enough, and then it'll become old.
Just let my kids start scratching it.
Start
Start drawing
just
on
chop up your weeds on top of it.
She's about to break my turntable. It's close.
It's
she
close.
She can reach everything now. She can open it. She can take records out and put them in. So it's just a matter of time. I need to get a new one, and I need to get a higher shelf too.
Yeah, I was gonna say I wouldn't trust my kid to do that. Be like,
Well, I'd say I was telling you when I was over the other day, but it's a cheap one. It was $100 a couple years ago. So like,
you're just looking for a reason for it to
she
break.
can screw with it. Actually, yeah. Hopefully she knocks it off the shelf today, so I can go get a new one.
There you go.
But I just need a higher shelf to put it on.
Yeah. That's the other thing that I know, we haven't talked about Star Wars or nothing. I've been fucking around because I've been looking for like a little record table, like specific for that.
Yeah.
And I've got my speakers up on my desk, but yeah, I would like to at least put my records. My records are just sitting on the ground next to the table right now, so it's not
I've been
hurting
looking
them.
on and off for years for that, but I haven't found one that I liked.
Etsy.
Obviously, we're limited on space too.
Etsy has some really good ones, but you're paying a goddamn buck for it, so not great.
I need like a tall, skinny one. A lot of the cool ones I see are like long,
Yeah, exactly.
almost like a
long
TV
and low.
console.
Yeah.
I need like a tall, skinny one.
Yeah. All right, guys.
I do have a Star Wars vinyl, so there is crossover.
Oh, you know what's crazy is I gave
have
away a
Last
Star
Jedi
Wars
on
vinyl at one of our events. I didn't have a record player back
I
then.
remember that, yeah. Along with the signed copy of Revan.
Oh yeah,
Or a signed
Fuck.
copy of Bane, maybe.
I think it was Revan, but God, why did we give shit away? I want that.
'Cause we thought it was cool.
It is cool. I want it right now.
Amber got those, didn't she?
Yeah,
Props to Amber, dude.
she won
Shouts out.
everything.
Shouts out.
All right.
You watch anything new?
I finished Doctor Strange,
Oh,
but because it was so broken up, I was still a little confused, but I got the gist of it. So it was a lot.
The only thing I want to talk to you about is the Illuminati.
Did I miss something? Because I blanked out about.
How many
45
times did you
minutes of it.
brown out during watching
Dude.
Doctor Strange?
It's gotten to a bad point where I think I'm just marveled out, man. Like I've seen these characters over and fucking over, and now not only am I seeing them over again, I'm seeing them over and over again in the same fucking movie. There's like 12 Doctor Stranges in this one.
Multiple
4 of them
versions.
die,
Yeah.
and it's like I don't. You know what the multiverse does is it dilutes everything. Nothing really matters.
I mean, it does and it doesn't.
I know.
I know.
I'm
I know
being a
what you
curmudgeon
mean,
about it, but yes.
You are a curmudgeon. Change your gamer tag to curmudgeon.
Curmudgeon.
Yeah, it does, but you get to a certain point when you've had Marvel movies for 12 years. Like, where do you go? You can't just be on Earth.
I will say this. I didn't have really any issue following along. Like for them to go to that, it was somewhere in between Spider-Man, the most recent Spider-Man movie, and like the Loki series. It kind of like lived in that realm of what can happen.
Yeah.
And it just I felt the same way about the Spider-Man. It was like, wow, that was really fun, and there was a lot, but it was fun.
Mm-hmm.
I will say this is probably one of the most badass movies when it comes to powers and action and shit, because there's just the sorcery and the magic and the fucking explosions, and then you add multiverse in there, and it's like, I don't understand any of this, and it's fucking great. I mean, as far as the power, you know?
Yeah. I saw some people complaining about that online, but sometimes I'm okay with things to live in a movie just because they're badass.
Yeah.
As opposed to like, well, that character shouldn't be that strong. At least not yet, because they haven't learned this power and they haven't met this, they haven't been down this part of the plot. But like, yeah, whatever, dude. Scarlet Witch just fucking annihilates everything. It's fine.
Well, and
I have no problem with that.
So I was a little confused because Scarlet Witch had taken over What's-Her-Face's body. Like, she was trapped in her own mind, right?
No, she is the Scarlet Witch. Wanda?
But Wanda was trapped inside of Scarlet Witch. Like, maybe it was the book that she had taken over her.
I gotta watch WandaVision again. I think it was like she is the reincarnation of Scarlet Witch, but she didn't realize until the events of WandaVision.
Because she has those burnt tips now, so she's like tainted. You know what I'm talking about?
What? She likes barbecue. Yeah.
She's got the tips.
I can't remember, but I feel like when she goes down in the crypt in WandaVision and they're like walking around in circles talking about the plot, I feel like that's what she lays out. And then they do like that flashback to the Salem Witch Trials.
Yeah.
Like the Scarlet Witch kind of becomes people at different points in history. I think that was the gist of it.
The other thing that I was confused about, and not that I had to understand, but when they went to that tower where Loki ended up, like the tower that controls the whole universe, the multiverse or something, and there was a Doctor Strange in there at that point. And I thought, well, where's...
That had nothing to do with Loki.
But I thought that was the same building.
No, that was...
Okay.
That was the Sanctum in a different reality. The Sanctum Sanctorum.
Okay. Yeah, it was... At this point, I don't even want to, like... talk about the movie in detail because I clearly... there was a lot there and I wasn't paying enough attention, but... Also,
the fun part for me was the Illuminati scenes.
Well, is that the council?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you see everybody in like all the alternate reality versions, you have Captain Carter instead of Captain America, et cetera, et cetera. And then when Mr.
Xavier.
Fantastic, oh, dude. That was
yeah.
I was freaking out. I love that. It was amazing to see John Krasinski as Reed Richards. That was a treat. That shocked me more than anything. Because like they teased you with... They teased you with Professor X in the trailer.
Yeah.
Like you heard his voice, so it's like, oh man, Professor X is gonna be in here. So
yeah.
that took my guard down. I was not prepared for Fantastic Four appearance at all.
Yeah.
And then, not just Professor X, but he had the yellow wheelchair. And the eyebrows. Charles, no. And the music. All that from the cartoon. It was awesome.
Charles.
Total fan service moment.
I mean, that's what the whole movie was, and that's what Spider-Man was.
Spider-Man, yeah, it was very fan service.
Yeah, which is fine. It was fun. I like the explosions. I like the magic. I like the battles. I mean, I like the characters that they threw in there.
All explosions.
I personally thought it was a weaker story. It was a weird ending to such a massive movie that she was just like. She came across the Wanda, and then she just fell to her knees and was like, okay, it wasn't really worth it. Well, bitch, you messed up 30 fucking universes.
Yeah, dude.
What the fuck's wrong with you?
Killed all the superheroes in that one universe.
It was
weird.
I mean, I think the reasoning might be there. I mean, a mother's love for a child, like there's not much bigger than that.
Two childs.
But it just two childs.
Two childs.
Childlins. I thought it was a weak ending. I'll say that. But I'm not. Yeah, it was fun. I will have to sit and like pay deep attention to it.
I thought the opposite. I thought it was a weak opening.
Well,
like
I'll
Dr.
agree with that
Strange
too.
Was like kind of pondering things, and he went to the wedding or whatever, and then all of a sudden, Wanda's like, because she has the like the illusion up when he shows up. She's got, it looks like a happy meadow or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And then all of a sudden she's like, no, I lost my kids even though they weren't real and I want to kill everything. And then she went from there, like 5 minutes later, she's attacking like the headquarters of all the Sorcerer Supremes. I was like, okay, that was like so fast. Once you get over that though, I think it all flows pretty well.
Yeah. I'm not mad at it.
You gotta get that exposition out of the way at some point. But yeah, it was fun. Well, I'm glad you saw it.
Yeah. I'd give it a 2 out of 3.
I think I would too.
I wasn't blown away by it. It was really fun. Like
I'll
the
go
Spider-Man
watch that scene a lot, but I would say 2 out of 3.
I think Spider-Man I might give a 3 out of 3 though.
Definitely.
That's probably just because it's Spider-Man for me, but
no, I think it was great. I think it really was good.
There was a lot of sacrifice in that movie.
A culmination of like Spider-Man fandom over the past 20 years.
Yeah.
And also a good, like they didn't bypass Tom Holland's version of Peter Parker to make that happen. Like he still got a lot of character development in that movie, and they also fit in the other two Spider-Men.
It's only character development for Tom Holland's Peter Parker. Dude, Aunt May dies, and he gets the hard reset for his entire fucking life. You're
and
like,
he gets to meet fucking Green Goblin for the first time.
This is crazy.
And he loses Doctor Strange, who was like a mentor. After he lost Tony Stark, and now he loses Doctor Strange too.
It's really one of the heaviest superhero movies I've ever seen. Like everything bad happens. Everything bad happens.
Loses, his girlfriend doesn't remember him. Best friend.
The only people that like live are the other Spider-Men, and they go back to their trash lives, living in attics and shit.
I really hope they continue on with Tom Holland Spider-Man. He's almost starting from nothing. I'm like really curious to see how he, relaunches, enters
the
world.
100%. If we had a Tom Holland Venom story, all fucking day, bro.
That's why, like, what is Sony even doing?
Dude, they already planted the seeds. That was the end credit scene.
No, I know, but with everything that has been going on with MCU, like, I feel like Sony should just...
Sony?
Like, how much could you make off of your movies over 5 years and just sell that back to Disney for that amount?
Yeah.
And they would happily pay for it. And then all that stuff would be in the MCU and much better. However, now with the multiverse, I guess they can do whatever they want, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. I would just say split the bill. Like, let them rent Spider-Man again and just say, hey, whatever you profit, we'll split it with you.
It's so funny that Marvel sold rights to their character and now they have to rent them back from someone else.
Yeah, what a terrible... Yeah.
So weird, dude.
That's really sucks for Marvel.
Yeah.
Like, who decided
they were doing back then? Well, they almost went bankrupt, or they did go bankrupt, remember?
No.
I think we talked about that because we were looking up history of Marvel or their, like, their company value or something like that, like a long time ago.
Oh,
and they nearly went bankrupt after the 90s. So they were just looking to bring in money, so they sold the rights to the X-Men and the Spider-Man. The Spider-Man.
Well, and you can talk about, like, Deadpool.
Deadpool's he's here. He's real.
He's in the MCU?
Yeah, no, because that was Fox, remember? Because he's rolled in with the X-Men. So they have all the X-Men.
Right.
They're going to introduce them, obviously. We saw Professor X. It's just Spider-Man's the last one. Yeah, baby.
Oh, man. I don't even really remember the second Deadpool movie. I remember, like, that was fine.
Either. Yeah, I need to watch it again.
The one of the movies I did watch recently that we can kind of look at a little bit was... Have you ever seen the movie Don't Look Up?
No.
It was... I think it's a Netflix... It's got Leonardo DiCaprio, Jennifer Lawrence, Jonah Hill, Cate Blanchett.
Some true savages, in other words.
Honestly, it's got a great cast. The
movie's an all-star cast.
The movie's very
Jonah Hill,
choppy. It's obviously based on like recent events.
How recent is this? It looks brand new.
Yeah, I think it's only like a year old.
Okay.
So the whole idea is Leo and Jennifer Lawrence are astronomers, and they are doing some testing at a college, and they find a comet that's headed towards Earth.
Is this the sequel to Armageddon?
Yes. Armageddon
Nice.
and Deep Impact.
Armageddon 2, Armageddon.
Armageddon again.
Armageddon again. Okay.
Again, I'm Armageddon.
Keep going. We gotta stop.
So they're the scientists behind it, and they're trying to tell everybody, hey, there's a comet headed to Earth. We got to fucking prepare. And they say, like, we've got 45 days to live. So they go to the Kate Blanche, who's the president of the United States at the time, and she downplays it. And she's like, we've been through a lot more than this. We'll overcome it. Don't worry about it. And,
This is going to hurt my election ratings.
Exactly. That's what she's worried about. And Jonah Hill is her, chief of staff. So he's, just talking shit the whole time. Like, oh, yeah, he made up a comet. It's coming to kill us. Oh, yeah, yeah. Is that what? And it's like, oh, Jesus. Okay. But, of course, all the conspiracy theory stuff starts coming out. Like, the scientists are screaming, look up. And then all the people that, oh, this is a hoax, just say, don't look up.
Oh, it's an Adam McKay film.
So it's pretty heavy.
I didn't know that.
I feel like it changes themes 3 times throughout the movie. It starts very scientific, then it gets very political in the middle, recent politically, and then at the end it gets kind of like a sad drama. It changes themes a lot, and it's kind of hard. It's kind of mashed together, but
Nice.
It's a fun one. I thought it was fine.
I will definitely add it to my list. I love Adam McKay.
What else has he done?
The Big Short. It's one of my favorites.
Gotcha.
He also produced a lot of Will Ferrell stuff. So
really?
He was
Okay.
I think he was maybe even director on Anchorman
Oh, wow.
or producer on Anchorman, something like that. But yeah, The Big Short, the other guys, Vice.
Gotcha.
He's executive producer on Succession.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. A lot of and I never expected that. I knew his name from Anchorman back in the day, and then he started doing all these weird drama, comedy, semi-documentary style stuff, like The Big Short.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of fourth wall shit, which is still funny, but it's about the financial crisis. But no, he's a savage, dude. He's got a lot of stuff.
Leo's great in that movie. I love Leo in anything, honestly, at
He's
this
awesome.
point. I mean, down to Titanic. I'll watch fucking Titanic all day.
Fuck yeah, dude.
I love Leo. He's one of. I think he would probably be in my top 5 of all time. I everything he's done. I love Wolf of Wall Street. That movie is so fucking good.
It's great, dude.
But he plays such a mumbling, nervous scientist in Don't Look Up, and he just kills it. You believe him the whole time.
You said last week you haven't seen Once Upon a Time in Hollywood yet.
No, I haven't.
Well, he's main dude in that. You gotta see
I
it.
know.
As a Leo fan, you gotta see it, dude.
You're not a Leo fan. You haven't seen this movie.
If I know anything in life, it's true fans
I decide.
versus fake fans.
I
I've
decided
been watching
you
Star
are.
Wars for a long time. I know what fake fans look like, Mopar. And
So do you want to get
in
into some Cassian Andor news?
I would love to. I also saw a couple other things pop up
Oh,
on
okay.
my
Let's do
YouTube
this.
feed.
Let's do this.
I saw Cassian. I saw something about Revan. I saw something about a new Sith Lord. So yeah, go ahead and jump right in.
Well, so this is unconfirmed. I don't want to be spreading false news, but the most recent post, I saw a post on Instagram, and it seemed pretty legit. It had 60,000 likes. So I was like, all right, this might have some weight to it.
What's a good amount of likes?
But it said Andor will be a 12-episode series, and it will be launching August 31st. Again, with 2 episodes on the launch date. Talks of a part 2 are already scheduled, and it will also be an additional 12 episodes.
I got it on the calendar already. Wednesday, August 31st.
So we're talking 24 episodes. Now, guys, this is what I'm fucking talking about. Oh my God, I'm so fucking excited. There's so, I don't have to sit there and be like, okay, well, the first day we're gonna watch 2 episodes, and then there's only 4 left. We can actually see something flesh out of 24 episodes. I don't care at that point if they're a half hour long. Like, you have so much time and so many opportunities to kind of grow characters and bring new people in and build tension between characters and have those conversations and throw fandom stuff in the corners and tops and bottoms of all the show, and it doesn't have to be focused on it. I'm so fucking hyped.
Yeah, depending on what it is. Like, I think Kenobi was a good length at 6, because we obviously know what the end result is, kind of. So we're kind of getting filled in along the way. We've never seen Cassian with the exception of Rogue One. So like, you know, we know he was into some dark shit in the Rebellion, but we don't know anything else around that. So yeah, there's so much more room there. I feel like they could extend it as long as they want to.
And you know, we're waiting for the day that he's gonna meet K2. Like, that's gotta happen.
Yeah. It'll be in this.
Oh, I'm so hyped.
It's already in the credits for this, so yeah, it'll be in this.
So fucking hyped.
That's awesome, man. Dude, August and September are going to be, and then through the rest of the year is going to be awesome.
It always ramps up.
2 days after that is the new Lord of the Rings series comes out.
Jesus. On Amazon?
And Amazon. And then it's either the week before or the week after the new Game of Thrones comes out. So all
is that a prequel?
It's Targaryen shit.
Jeez.
It's like 300 years before or something like that. House of the Dragon, dude.
And they're going to be talking about a prophecy of this chick who's going to be the mother of dragons, and we're going to be like, I know her, bitch. I fucking know her.
The red comet and all
I've
that.
seen her tits, bro.
It is known.
No, you're right. That's a heavy September.
Ramp up to the end of the year. More Marvel shit's going to be coming out. We'll be getting new video games for holiday season. Like, yeah. Going into fall towards the end of the year it's always good. I'm looking forward to it.
What are the big hitters that we have at the end of the year?
I've been keeping my eye on like the Marvel stuff because Comic-Con is this weekend.
Oh Jesus, where?
The San Diego Comic-Con.
Oh, okay.
One. So we're going to be getting, I assume, a shit ton of announcements because on one hand, all the stuff that they premiered at Star Wars Celebration but didn't put online, I feel like we got to see all that stuff, like the Mandalorian trailer, which was leaked, which we can talk about that. That animated Jedi show that I can't remember the name of, Skeleton Crew, all that shit. We didn't really get to see any of that stuff, the public. So I got to assume that's going to come out. And then all updates for the new Marvel stuff.
Yeah.
Because I went to see Thor, and they had a poster for the new Black Panther outside of it, but they didn't show the trailer. I don't know anything about it. I haven't heard a single goddamn. So, like, that has to be coming out soon. Let's see.
Now, I'm looking at the DC launches. We have Black Adam at the end of October. And then we have the second Shazam in December. But that seemingly is about it from the DC end. The Sandman series. I don't know if you know anything about the Sandman, but
the Sandman, isn't that Spider-Man villain?
No, I think it's completely different.
Well, shit. Here's what we got on Marvel's slate. I forgot about this Groot thing. I don't even know what the fuck that is.
Pass.
I am Groot.
She-Hulk pass.
She-Hulk. Something Halloween. I don't know what that is. Black Panther in November.
Wait, how are they going to do Black Panther? Is it going to be his brother that's taking over?
No, it's his sister.
Oh, that's going to be badass.
Shuri. Yeah, his young sister.
I didn't know that. Did they spell that out in one of the movies that she was going to take over?
Not in one of the movies. I assume that's what the movies itself is going to set up.
Okay.
Because they said they're not going to recast him,
right?
Chadwick Boseman as T'Challa. So it's going to be not another T'Challa. It's going to be someone else in the family takes it on.
I thought it might be Michael B. Jordan.
He died, dude.
He died in the Black Panther movie?
Yeah. The villain dies except for Thanos. And then Thanos died too. Twice.
God, it's been so long since I've seen that one. Well, okay.
Thanos died twice. Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday we talked about. Ant-Man and the Wasp, February. Guardians Volume 3 in May. Marvel's,
you're already into next year.
Pause.
Pause.
Bunch of shit. Bunch of shit.
Yeah. I mean, Wonder Woman 3, The Flash, Aquaman, Lost Kingdom. There's.
I'm bummed the Flash got pushed, dude.
I can't believe that they're doing a Joker Part 2.
I totally can, dude. That's one of the best-selling movies of all time.
No, I mean, business-wise, of course. But artistically, I always thought that one could stand alone and just be itself. Like, if they tried to do... Well, they've never had a chance to do a Joker twice.
True.
Not really.
He pops up and dies, yeah.
Well, he either pops up and dies, or the actor dies, or they move on with the story, and it's just
I don't
like...
mean to laugh, but yes, that's true.
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder if they would have tried to do something with Heath Ledger if he was still around. Like, how...
I mean, that's kind of how they left it at the end of Dark Knight. I feel like at the very least he would have been like a Hannibal Lecter type role.
Oh, that would have been fucking
giving
sick.
Batman some fucking advice and shit.
Well, just think of what happened in The Batman. He
know.
was a Hannibal Lecter role.
Totally.
That was fucking crazy. I
And
need
I
to
hope-
rewatch that, too.
Speaking of Hannibal Lecter, we've talked about this, but I hope we get that in Mandalorian. I hope that Moff Gideon has that kind of role.
Where he's
I don't
locked
want- I
up
don't
by
want-
the rebellion and...
Yeah, I don't want him to be just gone. Just because he got caught. That would be trash.
That is a spot in Star Wars that they haven't really explored. Like the captured Imperial that knows the evils of the Imperials, and he just laughs. Like he's like, of course, the rebellion's gonna try to get info out of him, and he's gonna be like, "You guys have no fucking clue. I'm safer in here than I am out there doing the fucking biddings." You know, like they're just trying to kill me, same as you. At least I'm safe behind these bars or behind this laser or whatever the fuck they put in there.
For now, yeah.
And then Cassian comes flying in and chops his head off. Rebellion, bitch. And
Sick
then
of your shit. Well, Cassian's long been dead at that point, but yes.
yeah.
Did you watch the leaked Mandalorian trailer?
No. Mandalorian season 3?
Yes, sir.
Oh my god. Was it just Mandalore and ashes and skulls
It's
and
a lot of Mandalorians, a lot of Mandalore the planet. To be truthful, if I'm remembering correctly from the other day, there wasn't anything crazy revolutionary or revelatory, however you say that word. Just
revolutionary?
cool that we're getting on the planet Mandalore.
Absolutely.
And, like,
that's big enough by itself.
And
Yeah.
everything. Like, yeah, that was cool. There wasn't like a big shocker reveal or anything like that, though.
Well, the other thing is I'm wondering how accurate the armorer was telling her story, because she seems very smart, but like that she'd be more playing mind games with Mando than just straight telling the truth. Because they do that flashback in Boba of, wasn't it just the Imperials blowing up Mandalore? It was because it was bombers.
Yep.
God, fucking savage.
Right
And then
at the
they had
Thousand Tears.
Mandalorian helmets on the ground. It was like Terminator. That
Yep.
Terminator scene. Fuck.
100%, dude. Yeah, that'd be cool to see.
That was the most Joe Rogan I've ever heard you.
What?
100%, dude.
Oh, it's entirely possible. When does that shit
100%.
come out? It's like December, right? Mandalorian. Let's see.
Season 3.
Number 1.
Harry Potter.
February. God damn it, guys.
It's next year.
So frustrating.
Well, at least we have
20 Marvel projects to watch.
Game of Thrones to watch. We've
Lord
got
of the
Cassian
Rings.
Andor, Lord of the Rings to watch. We've got DC. We got it all. We got to rewatch the Snyder Cut. That'll take 3 weeks.
Yep. I got to rewatch the Batman twice.
I do really. Number one DC thing that I want to rewatch is Snyder Cut. I would love to sit and just
I thought you said you just were.
balls
Didn't
through
you
it.
text? You were yelling about Superman's mustache?
Oh no! I caught the original one on
like-
TV.
oh, got it,
Yeah,
got it.
Justice League. Yeah. Sorry.
I'm sorry you had to watch that.
I tried, man. It's so obnoxious. Like, it looks like an Instagram filter. It looks like a bad Instagram filter. Like, he's talking, you're like, where the fuck's your top lip going, dude? Like,
I think the new TikTok that puts a mustache on you looks better.
I wouldn't doubt it, man. It was that bad. I can get past a lot.
It has been like 4 years though. 5
Yeah.
years maybe. That came out like 2017, didn't it?
Yeah.
Something.
I think so.
I could be way off with that. Let's find out.
Probably 2019.
It's so buried. It's so buried. We got here. I'll just pull my fucking thing up. You search up Justice League. It's like, oh wait, is it Zack Snyder's?
It's that one.
This
No,
one?
you passed it
Is
already.
Animated?
You fucking passed it 3 times. It's the second one.
Oh, god damn it. These fucking ads and shit. They're fucking blurring my
So you
vision.
were right though. It's 5 years old already. Wow.
Damn. It's a bummer. The hype
It's
around
also
it was
awesome, though.
good.
It's also awesome that they went back to the drawing board and was just like, sorry, Zach, take over. Do what the fuck you want with your edits and shit.
You think they would learn something from like Batman vs Superman, that the uncut version is so much better? It's like maybe you just let him do that version the first time. And I know
wonder
this one
how-
had extenuating circumstances, but
I get it though, because if as soon as you make it that brutal and you have an R rating, you're cutting a lot of kids out of that movie theater.
fuck it, dude.
But you're releasing it on like HBO, so fuck it.
Right.
All the kids are
Doesn't
gonna
matter.
watch it anyways.
Yeah, and the kids that really want to watch it, they're gonna go anyways.
Yeah.
Their parents are gonna take them. They're gonna sneak in, whatever.
Oh yeah.
Oh. We used to see like R-rated movies back in the day all the time.
I don't really
I remember we went to see Black Hawk Down in theaters.
I went with you. I don't remember.
I don't
that.
think you did. It was the whole
The whole crew.
the whole Concorde crew, minus Mopar. But yeah, that's totally rated R. Some destruction,
Totally.
brutal death happening.
Yeah, I'm hyped. I'm hyped for the rest of this year.
A lot of good stuff on the nerd plate going on.
Yeah. And I'm glad Doctor Strange was good, man. I mean, they haven't been killing it recently, but it's been super solid throughout. I mean, I would say Spider-Man was an absolute savage.
Spider-Man was wonderful, yeah.
But outside of that, even the series, man, I would like to go back and rewatch. I mean, maybe not WandaVision. I will at some point, but
Did you finish Miss Marvel yet?
no.
Why'd you say it like that?
I'm
Everything's
laughing.
great. Everything's been really standard. Did you watch Miss Marvel?
Why would I do that?
It was good. It was good. I liked it.
No, that's not on the top. That's not even on the bottom of my list. It's fine. I'm okay with it, but it's like trying to get through episodes of Saved by the Bell. Like that's last thing on my mind, man. I don't need to.
Oh, it's not that bad.
I mean, it is, but it's fine.
not.
I like
It's
that.
not.
I like that it is that bad.
It's not that bad.
It's not. I know. That's what I'm saying.
It's not, dude. No.
God damn! I found a key in my ass over here. If you guys aren't live, I found something on. Key to the
toys and binkies all over the place.
This is his cozy coop key, so he can't drive away when he's high on that
Hi,
tater
my
tots.
The milk buds.
All right. I did want to bring up some Star Wars stuff here.
I saw like Revan is officially canon.
Is he?
He was mentioned in a book, but he was kind of mentioned in Rise of Skywalker. So we all kind of knew that already. But now it's like
It's official. Yeah.
which yeah, we all knew. It's fine. It's all good.
Yeah. I mean, they're gonna do something with his story at some point. We know that, whether it's in the game
KOTOR
or
remake.
I wonder if they're trying to time that right. I have a feeling they're thinking about doing a KOTOR remake and then maybe doing a movie or something prior to or leading up to or after that story. I don't know. I'm excited to see what happens. Dude, one of the most badass things they could ever do is if they made a Mandalorian Wars movie and then that led up into the remake of KOTOR, so you kind of just like a launching point. If you've never played KOTOR, that'd be fucking perfect.
Right. Yeah. There were rumors about that for a minute. They announced that they had somebody working on an Old Republic screenplay.
Perfect.
But
Do it.
what has been I feel like I'm mad in the other direction because I was annoyed that they were announcing so many things that were getting either canceled or pushed, but now they have said nothing outside of series. And now I'm kind of getting annoyed at that. Like, just tell us that everything's canceled except for this one thing. So we can at least, I need something to look forward to at least.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know, with the Ryan Johnson thing, I don't know if that's happening still. I know they had somebody like working on Old Republic material.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's canceled or if they've readapted it into the KOTOR remake or something. I don't know.
They better find a smokehouse to play Basil Ashan.
Yeah.
Gal Gadot. She probably could do it, actually. Someone English. They need someone English and like hoity-toity that could just talk mad shit.
She does need to be a little condescending to Revan.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm a really great Jedi. I have battle meditation. Don't fuck with me. See my tits?
You're a dumbass from an escape pod. What do you know?
Yeah.
Cut your mullet.
I'm down for it. I did want to bring up the prophecy, the Jedi prophecy.
Which one?
Which one? The chosen one.
Yeah, I've heard about this chosen one that you're talking about.
So I saw this TikTok. I follow quite a few Star Wars guys that I enjoy and that test my thinking. And he was talking about zombie Palpatine and how it really didn't ruin Palpatine's character. I was like, all right, I'll entertain this. The one thing I got out of it was he actually put the prophecy up, so I took it word for word here. So the prophecy goes, quote, "A chosen one shall come, born of no father, and through him will ultimate..." Wow, this obviously didn't translate. I took it from a picture. "And through him will ultimate balance in the Force be restored." Okay, I guess that makes sense. So, born of no father, chosen one's coming, balance of the Force will be restored. Man, is that very vague. Outside of the born of no father.
Well, and as you were reading that, I was like, I don't know if I've ever seen or read the actual prophecy.
I know. That's why I took a screenshot of the TikTok and then I copied and pasted.
Where's he pulling that from? He's making it up.
I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. A chosen one, it is written kind of like a Bible verse. "A chosen one shall come, born of no father, and through him will ultimate balance in the Force be restored."
Sounds like the scriptures you read on like Christmas Eve.
Yeah, everything's written backwards, and you don't. It doesn't make sense until the last word you're reading. You're like, okay, I guess that's
Yoda wrote the Bible. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Yes. Maybe. He's old enough.
Born of no father.
Yeah, which is a weird one.
I mean, Anakin's the only one that fits that technically, but I feel like a lot of times in fiction, the prophecy is like real loose interpretations.
Well, yeah. How many times did the Jedi translate this into basic from
even, like,
dead
it's
languages?
Like, he never knew his father, so that's enough to say that he didn't have a father.
Yeah, Luke. Luke never knew his father.
Right, exactly. So like he kind of counts too.
Rey never knew her father.
Exactly.
Yeah, so if you're born in the Star Wars universe and you don't know who Daddy is, it's like, well, you might bring balance to everybody.
On the flip side, if you have a kid, you better start giving them up for adoption just in case they become the chosen one.
Right.
If you want your kid to succeed, you have to make sacrifices.
Yeah.
Might not get him into that luxury preschool, but they can become a savior of the galaxy. Just leave them on a desert by themselves.
So I think the guy was arguing about Palpatine came to power by killing Plagueis, clearly. Plagueis was more of a scientist, mad scientist, and he was studying the midichlorians, obviously. So Palpatine took all that knowledge, killed him, and then he was toying with midichlorians, and of course we get to the point where he's cloning. So, I mean, mentally, it's pretty straightforward. But the biggest thing he was kind of arguing was, like, he used Vader.
Sorry, good.
He used Vader to control the galaxy, but Vader was never supposed to succeed him in the lineage. Like, that's the whole point of...
That's where it gets weird, though,
of the
isn't it?
Sith. Yeah, well, he didn't have it.
I know, but it's like you don't want to lose your position of power unless your apprentice is actually worthy enough to kill you.
But he was. But Palpatine just had so much time to plan. He's like, well, eventually Vader probably will kill me, so I'll just come back 30 years later as a zombie.
Well, Vader didn't kill him then.
Well, from a certain point of view, he did. He killed one body.
Well, yeah, but he didn't get it far enough in advance of his plans.
Jesus. I don't know. It's still kind of a... I mean, I hate that all-knowing character. That's why I always hated Superman. And I think that's the borderline where they put Palpatine, where it's like, he could do no wrong. He's always going to be around. It's always been him. Mm-hmm. Like, 50 years in the future, he's been dead for fucking 50 years, and you're like, oh, pops right up, episode 9. You're like, dude, what? This is awesome, but what the fuck, man?
Trust me, the first time I ever even heard the plot of, like, Dark Empire,
yeah,
I was like, that's so dumb. And there's a lot of parts of 9 that I can appreciate and respect, like the essence and like the imagery of him being a zombie is fucking awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
The Sith chambers, the whole chorus, the audience thing, like all that stuff is really cool. It's just the fact that it's like there was no Palpatine, no ruminating, none of him in the background.
Yeah, there was no hints. There was absolutely no hints.
And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, we fired this director and now Palpatine's back.
Yeah.
Like it was tied
That's
to
exactly
their
how it
urgency
felt,
to finish the movie.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that the behind-the-scenes things probably led to our negative views of this a little bit. But then again, if they did have fluid directorship on this stuff, like they could have sprinkled that stuff in. They could have hinted something, the smallest, slightest little thing that
just
the biggest Star Wars, just a hint. Now, how would you have felt? Let's nix the whole raise of Palpatine. How would you have felt if they did a Darth Vishit sort of thing where there was someone above Palpatine? Where we get to episode 9 and it's this demon corpse thing, and he even mentions Palpatine that, oh, Palpatine was a fucking pawn the whole time. What? Now, not only that, because I see you shaking your head, you're pissed already, but what if?
Very upset.
What if it was Plagueis? What if we got to the end and Plagueis was still around, and that's how Sidious lived for so long? Because he's like, well, my master's still here, and he's fucking midichlorianing it up.
I could see Plagueis depending on how it was presented. But I don't like the idea of a random new Sith. It's like, oh, you think
at the end
guy was all-knowing? I'm actually the one that's all-knowing.
That's how I felt with the Darth Revan book, yeah.
It feels like just another version of what we already got that we're already complaining about. I mentioned like having the big threat to the galaxy be someone in the military that is getting out of control. Like Hux losing his mind. Like having that be like the true threat, and then Kylo and Rey have to come together to fix it. That is what I would have preferred over Palpatine coming back.
So if they were going to force it, if they said, look, it's got to be Palpatine, he's got to be in episode 9. What you just said would be perfect if they strung Hux along and he slowly went mad. You could do this like weird Sith possession. Mm-hmm. Not even that Hux is Palpatine, but he's maddened. He's just going mad.
Well, even like Bro was, I can't remember the Admiral guy's name.
Yeah. In episode 9 with the blue eyes.
But he was like he was like
under control.
A Sith occultist or whatever.
Yeah. I think if Hux got to that point and he was the serious enemy to the Resistance at that time, and then they found out, hey, Hux isn't it. Like Palpatine. That's how they find out. They get Hux to his deathbed, and he's like, no, fuckers, it ain't even me. You think I'm the big bad guy? He's still around. Or they find some transmission or some shit, and they're like, we win. And then you're like, oh, fuck. Exegol.
Right.
Shit. Or they track Hux to Exegol and really find out we're fucked.
Yeah.
We need a fleet. Lando, go make some phone calls.
Ask a couple favors.
Yeah, write a book.
There are more of us. Write a book. New York Times bestseller. It's going to raise a lot of awareness for our cause.
Yeah. I do think if they nix the whole Palpatine, I think if the big drop was Plagueis at the end, it would have been full motherfucking circle. The very beginning, episode 1, is like when Plagueis was supposed to die. And Palpatine's starting to take over and then going through the ranks. And then right at the end, you're like, no, fuckers. He's been keeping... Oh, let me give you this before I forget.
Do it.
Let's say Sidious thought he killed Plagueis.
Right. That's what I thought you were going for.
Yeah, but Plagueis either essence transferred or had the midichlorians figured out that he kept himself alive. Because I don't know how long Munes live, but I normally, if you're non-human, that you last longer. So let's just say they're 200 years old. Fuck it. And with the dark side, you could last 500. Look at Yoda. Fuck him.
Look at Gollum, dude. Gollum's like 1,000 years old.
Is that really? Gollum's supposed to be 1,000 years old?
Something crazy like that. I don't know if it's actually 1,000, but it's an extreme. Yeah, man. I don't know. I think... I don't know if the big bad one level above the guy who you thought was the big bad. I don't know if I dig that as a plot device.
Yeah.
It'd be cool as like a prequels fantasy Plagueis, just to see him in the story, not let alone like see him in live action. But I don't know, man. Yeah. We haven't seen or heard about Plagueis in any of that material. So like,
the only option was Palpy.
It's pulled from one book and a couple comics, which is badass. Like, we love the idea of Plagueis. But for like the canonical story of just those 9 movies, I feel like it wouldn't fit.
Yeah.
We'd be dreaming.
Well,
now, having said that, I never thought they would have put Rey force lightning a ship and grabbing it, or Palpatine as a zombie on screen, and they did that. So I could be way off.
I love the EU feel of Episode 9. They really pushed it. They just didn't follow through. They like showed us the flashy stuff, but it didn't mean anything. You showed the dark side lightning Rey,
yeah.
But of course Chewie was on another ship, and it didn't really matter. So it doesn't fucking. It just scared her a little bit.
All we needed, and with the Palpatine thing, all we needed was like Snoke says something in Episode 7, and you just barely hear Ian McDermott's voice. Like you just hear it, like he's getting possessed by Palpatine, or like he's being controlled by him, or something like that. Or if he drops a line that Palpatine always says, something like that. Just small hints. And then when he actually shows up, it's like, oh man, I didn't know they would do that.
Yeah. It could have been as small as in Episode 7, they talk about the scavenger. And then Kylo's like, yeah, what should we do with her? And Snoke would be like, I got to go ask somebody.
Right.
But in your Star Wars...
Right, and let me ask my master.
Yeah, not even like that, but like, this is gonna have to.
Let me meditate on this.
Yeah,
and then
something.
You see him just like turn on a holo transmission.
Yeah,
you
just see a robe. You just see a robe, and that's it.
Yep.
See, we always do that little, like, oh, that's all you need.
just a little.
Well, let me. Okay, because I like trying to plug and play, make things better, and I enjoy 9, but whatever. What if Snoke never died in 8, and Snoke ended up being the true end boss in 9? Personally, I still feel like that is a huge option, because Snoke is a failed Palpy clone.
They still could have brought that into the story while having Snoke still be the main guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Like they could have had some sort of discovery and like put that in the dialogue explaining that he is a failed clone of Palpatine, but he still is alive, and he obviously has Sith powers.
Yeah, and he's a fucking issue. And if we don't take him out and find out where they're boiling up the next Palpy, we need to... We're all fucked, you know?
Yeah, I think the main issue goes, for me, back to... It extends across the whole sequel trilogy, because even if you think about the First Order, like, how did they have so much equipment and so many troops? Why are the X-Wings and TIE Fighters the exact same? Like, that kind of thing. It's like, I don't want you to go through the entire galactic policy and, like, tell us the full origin story of the First Order. I just want enough so that I know that it wasn't just, like, randomly thrown in there.
It is. It does feel lazy.
Way.
It goes... That the starship thing that you just said feels extremely lazy.
Like, how do you amass an entire army with no cash?
Not only that, but how do you start an entire new trilogy and just, now the TIE Fighters aren't gray, they're black? And you're like, seriously? I don't know.
Say what you will about the prequels, but all that shit was original.
Dude, the droid starfighters and the droids themselves and the tanks and the Nubians, you guys know. I love the lore. I love the lore.
Yeah.
The droidicas, that's such a badass character, badass droid. Like, and I love that they're so. And I love that they're so separate from the other droids. Like they were clearly manufactured on another planet outside of the other droids.
Yeah.
Is there just one factory just pumping out TIE fighters for like 70 years?
Pretty much.
That's what I'm finding out.
I mean, what did they do in the meantime?
Well, look at episode 8. When Finn finds out those transmissions. Oh, this is for the good guys and the bad guys. And you're like,
all those blueprints, yeah.
Yeah, you're like, well, clearly they haven't updated their goddamn Ford F-150 for 70 years. Jesus, they're doing the same model, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
F-150.1.
It does feel like lazy writing, and maybe they were just. I mean, it was a huge swing. I know they were relaunching an entire thing, but you know,
they could have done something to keep it similar, like the Star Destroyers. Like I have no problem with any of the First Order Star Destroyers. I feel like they give you the evil, sinister triangle shape, but they look different enough that I'm like, oh yeah, this is a whole new era. But
the Juggernaut. Look at the fucking Juggernaut.
It's a paint job and a fucking antenna. Like that's all you did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just think like the engineering creativity of an engineer in the universe. Like how can we update the TIE fighter? Well, fucking.
As much as stuff changed, you would not keep the same goddamn design for that long.
Yeah. Because you'd want a military advantage.
Right. Like don't use that old tech.
But everybody just stays on the same fucking platform. And it's like,
like using like an iPhone 4, dude.
Now, the one... I mean, there is a back pilot to the TIE fighters now, so you can shoot backwards now.
That's true.
You know, whatever.
That's a special version, though.
That's true.
I'm trying to remember from when I played X-Wing. It's like the... TIE
Interceptor.
SI or TIE SF or something?
I think that's their interceptor.
No, there's like a regular TIE fighter, and then there's a TIE fighter that looks the same, but it has that.
It has the red stripe.
Yeah, the red stripe.
It's the interceptor.
No.
No?
The interceptor is a separate thing.
TIE fighter.
I'm almost surely positive.
Red stripe.
Let's just say all First Order TIE fighters. First Order Starfighter classes, my guy. That's what we're talking about.
I don't dislike the color scheme. I like the like the negative look from gray to black and black to white. It looks cool, but it's just, you know, I was hoping for something new.
TIE WI Interceptor? I've never heard of this before. Oh, okay. All right, you may be right. It's the same shape. It just has different features.
Yeah.
Which I find stupid.
It's the exact same thing. Then they just got rid of bombers. They just said, no, that's not worth it.
Here's a bomber.
Oh.
I never saw it in the movie though.
The bomber's actually pretty badass. Why didn't they put that in the movie?
Behind the scenes. Oh yeah, X-Wing miniatures.
That's the only thing that it was in.
Yeah, the fact that like there's 4 versions of the TIE fighters, they all look exactly the same is stupid.
I mean, I'm not going to go that far to say that, because that TIE bomber does look badass, and it is different enough.
But we didn't see it, though, as the whole thing.
Yeah.
In the movies, we saw like 3 versions of these, and then we saw Kylo Ren's Phantom, or whatever the hell it's called.
Also, Kylo Ren's Phantom, whatever the fuck it's called, is badass, too.
It is amazing. I still say his shuttle is the best
Oh,
ship.
yeah. The first one will be the first thing we see in Episode 7.
The best ship I've ever seen in Star Wars.
Fold my motherfucking rings up. Man, what would be... I think I've already asked you this. The answer is Episode 7.
What?
Well, what's the best opening scene in any Star Wars film?
Mm-hmm.
Episode 3's up there because you fly in over those in that space battle over Coruscant. I mean, that's fucking epic. But my God, just to land and slaughter a village, you're like, what? This is the beginning of the whole trilogy?
I'm actually going to go 9.
At least, whoa.
Kylo
When they're
Ren murdering the apostles on Mustafar or whatever.
God, if
Hunting
we
for the
knew,
holocron.
if it was...
I'm going to say 9, definitely.
See, the issue is we don't know it's Mustafar until after the fact.
You can tell. It's fine.
No, you can't. You're in a fucking forest with ashes. You're like, that could have been anything.
Anything fiery is Mustafar.
Sand Mustafar planet.
This is not like Lord of the Rings. There's only one fireplace. Fireplace. Okay. Star Wars. What would you say? You still say 7 is the best opener? I think 9.
I think 3 and 7. Obviously, the original trilogy is not. I'm sorry, guys. I do really like Hoth, though.
But that's not the exact. The opener is like they're just fucking looking at the snow in binoculars.
Oh, that's right. Tauntauns and probe droids and yeah. The
I was gonna say
battle
6.
doesn't.
Vader shows up and starts talking shit. It's simple. There's no action, but it's like, oh yeah, Vader shows up.
Vader shows up and says the Emperor's coming here. The Emperor's coming here.
And there's a second Death Star.
It's true. 2's pretty badass too, though. They starts off with a fucking bombing of Padme's ship.
Dude, you're right. I love the way that it opens upside down, and then the ship turns with the shot, and then you see it land on Coruscant. That small thing, I love that so much.
Yeah.
I say 9. Comment below. What's your favorite opening scene in Star Wars? Oh, episode 4.
That's
Don't
incorrect.
comment. If episode 4 is your answer, don't comment.
I'm trying to think the opening of Rogue One is, yeah.
They talk shit on the coal, or the whatever it's called, on the Black Beach.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they kill Liara. Liara?
He crossed over to Mass Effect.
I think her name's Liara, right?
I don't know.
What's Jin's mom?
Jyn Erso's mom. Oh, Lyra.
See? Come on.
Liara.
It's the same chick. She ain't blue, though. That's all.
Well, if I search up who is Jyn Erso's mom and I get a thumbnail of Jyn Erso and Rey, some conspiracy theory that they're related somehow, YouTube is just hot garbage.
Yeah.
The clickbait thumbnail is just out of control, man. All right, anyways.
Jyn
Well then.
Erso.
Another episode down, Mopa.
Yeah, man. Cassian Andor. That's high on my list, man.
I'm very excited.
Now that we kind of have a little more detail, and I feel, I don't know why, I
don't know.
but I feel like they're putting more production into this.
They have been.
Maybe because I feel better after Kenobi. Like I
can still see some of the lower production in Kenobi. It's not nearly as apparent as Boba Fett, but I can still feel it. And I think they started working on Cassian so early that it was like movie quality, even after COVID and everything changed, that it already had that level of polish. I think it's going to feel way different.
When did you feel like there was low quality in Kenobi?
The 3rd episode was just in Los Angeles.
I mean, episode 6 was in the Redwood Forest, so
like you go, well, that was 1980, whatever. But you go from like episode 2, I thought looked great. You had that Nar Shaddaa style planet,
yeah.
so immersive. Everything like looked very detailed. And then you go to episode 3, and it's like that's clearly just California hills.
I'm okay with that.
I mean, like I wasn't mad, but it was something I noticed and like kind of like mental check, and then I just kept into the story. But I did notice it.
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely feels like they just walked outside. Hey, we're gonna be working outside today. Bring your suntan lotion.
We're all doing a commute out to the desert.
Yep. Grab your buggies.
All that to say, it didn't take me super out of Kenobi.
No, everything else was spot on.
But I noticed it, and I have a feeling that Cassian will be elevated even higher. So,
Well, they
shall
need to
see.
be because Cassian is not Obi-Wan. Cassian will not carry a series as well as Obi-Wan Kenobi. Now,
exactly.
he might eventually, hopefully after like the first season, we're going to just be fucking balls deep in Cassian. You know what I'm talking about? But yeah, 12 episodes, man. They can do a lot. They can actually flesh out a
I'm very
plot.
excited.
They can do a lot.
All right, here's what I'm with this. Out of everything coming out by the end of the year, Marvel, Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones, Star Wars, whatever, what's your most hyped? Is it Cassian Andor?
That's tough. So I'm gonna give just a -1 to Lord of the Rings. I know that hurts your heart, but
No, it's okay.
I've never been quite as balls deep into Lord of the Rings. Now, Game of Thrones. You son of a bitch. I think awkwardly the lore in Game of Thrones is deeper, which is weird to me.
It is. That has been since day one the thing that I love the most about it. It is
connections,
so immersive.
The lineage, it's all there.
Languages, different dialects based on where in Westeros you are. All the family drama. Every house has their own little rituals and everything.
The crazy thing
Backstory,
is,
like it's so intense.
It doesn't care whether you understand it or not. You are immersed.
Right. This is the world.
This is the world. I do feel like Star Wars is the same thing, but they do slow play you a bit.
They dumb it down
Like-
sometimes.
Yeah. Where Game of Thrones is like, no, shitter, you're here now.
You better put the fucking subtitles on.
Yeah. A lot of times people are yelling extremities.
Yeah. Extremities. All right, so you say Game of Thrones then is your most hyped? It's hard, dude.
It is
There's a lot
hard
of
because
things
I
that are, like,
don't. The
level.
Targaryens were never my favorite family. Like they're obviously it's gonna go bananas. I mean, right off the bat, there's no other way to do it.
Yeah.
I guess for the simple fact that we haven't been in this timeline, I am gonna go Game of Thrones. That's gonna be the half thing holding Cassian back because we've always been in this timeline, this era. It almost doesn't matter what happens. I'm there to enjoy the story of Cassian Andor and to build upon the rebellion. But I know what happened before.
Did a new perspective of it. It is the
Yeah.
same. Yeah, I see what you mean.
But if Cassian Andor were to happen 300 years before A New Hope,
Then it wouldn't be Cassian Andor anymore.
well, you know what I'm saying. Like if there was a series coming out, 12 episodes, and it happened 400 years before, now we're fucking talking.
Well,
but
Acolyte will be coming out eventually, so
Well,
we got that to know.
that's not what I was asked. So
I know.
I'm gonna go Game of Thrones, Cassian, and then the Lord of the Rings.
I think I'm gonna go Lord of the Rings as my most hyped. I was talking to somebody the other day. I feel similar to Marvel about it, whereas I know enough to love the universe, but I don't know any of like the historic lore of Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
So while I know some of the characters, I'm gonna be going into this almost like it's brand new.
So
which
what's
is
the
just a better
storyline
foot.
of Lord of the Rings?
I have no idea.
Oh, they're just rumbling.
I know. Well, I know there's a plan. I just don't know what it is.
I know,
that
I'm just
there's
saying-
there's some character crossover, like Elrond. Young Elrond is in there.
Oh, so it's gonna be a prequel.
Yes.
That's what I was asking. Like I
sorry.
didn't know if there was a planned plot or story.
Yes.
Timeline
Yes.
wise.
I just don't know like if it's pulled from like a particular Tolkien book or like a history, whatever. But yeah, there'll be some similar characters in there. But
You know what one I
excited
really, really enjoy the universe, but they've spread it out too thin to the point where I don't care, and I haven't seen any of the movies. Was the Harry Potters?
yeah,
they
the
did
new
all
ones
those-
are so mixed.
Yeah, the new Dumbledore thing that's coming out. I was like, I haven't seen the Wizards and Bubbly Cauldron, whatever the fuck the other three that they made.
I didn't think of this until just recently because I haven't seen those movies, but they
Oh, the
they
game.
recast Johnny Depp.
Oh, and the Pirates?
No, in Harry Potter, he was Grindelwald. It's like Dumbledore's like arch nemesis from back in the day. The Fantastic Beasts is like a trilogy of movies. Johnny Depp was like the big bad guy. It's Grindelwald.
Oh, okay.
And between movies 2 and 3 is when all the Amber Heard stuff happened. And they kicked him out, and they recast his role. It's Jyn Erso's dad is playing his character now.
Jesus.
Yeah. Which sucks, because now we obviously all saw the trial, and was like, well, just fucking throw him back in the movie, man. That sucks. But no, I haven't seen any of those. I feel like they kind of got mixed.
Fantastic Beasts. What is it called?
Yeah, Fantastic Beasts. There's 3 of
How many? There's 3 of them?
Yep.
Wow. I have no... Maybe eventually, but first of all, I'm not that interested in it. Second of all, you're going to have to win me over with the first one that I watch, and I awkwardly doubt that's going to happen. Now, if I with that mindset, of course it's not going to happen. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just not that interested in it. I thought the Harry Potters were great, but because I liked Harry Potter and the coming of age and it going from a childhood thing to a very serious war between, things,
Yeah.
and I just...
It's definitely not a coming of age thing anymore.
Right.
But it does put the Wizarding World into New York City in like the 1930s.
Okay.
I think 20s
that
or
sounds
30s.
Fun. Yeah.
Which I guess could be cool. I don't know. Maybe I should give it a shot before I talk shit.
So you haven't seen any of them?
Nope.
Oh, okay. You're talking like you've seen them, though.
No,
Right.
well, I just, back when I was like more into the lore, I watched the trailers and shit like that. But
Now, the one Harry Potter thing I will say I am hyped about is that new game.
yeah, dude.
Have you seen some gameplay of it?
Yeah, they revealed some gameplay like a month ago or something.
Holy
2 months ago.
shit. It looks fucking like good.
It actually looks like a good game, dude.
Which these days I'll fucking take a
know.
good game.
It's a rare occurrence.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Well, Game of Thrones and Lord of the Rings coming out.
Andor.
Strong.
Cassian. No.
I almost said Black Panther, to be honest with you, but I went Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, you didn't.
I know I didn't say it. I got
You
the
said-
Lord of the Rings tattoo.
You said.
Oh, you can't see it. You gotta turn it upside down if you're watching this. I can't get it in shot.
That's a tough one to show
I'm
off.
done with that.
You should move it.
I'll just take a picture. Yeah, let me just scoot this up real quick. Let me just peel it off and just show it to you.
Yeah, there you go.
All
Cool.
right, ladies and germs,
I know.
episode 308. Thanks for tuning in. Always good being with you. Comic-Con news coming in hot this weekend, so next episode should be jam-packed with shit.
Full of it. Can't excite. Wait, what?
The fuck?
Can't excite. Dick fuck.
All right, everyone. Thanks for being